Hi everyone, this is Joan, and in my endeavor to tell you things that'll make your life easier, and usually I am speaking directly to Black women, like I said, but anybody can listen. It's just I want to focus on what it is. I see that if I was talking to my own daughters, this is what I would want them to know. Well, this is a disgusting thing that I think that everybody needs to pay attention to. Now, you may have heard about the rat infestation they had in Australia. It's not just Australia. When they closed the restaurants in New York, they started having rat problems. Now, they aren't mentioning it very much on the news, but I do remember I was watching YouTube, and they were showing that the rats had gotten so bad in New York that this man was sitting in the park and they were just running past, like waiting to be fed like birds or something. Well, also it was a fast food restaurant. I think that was in Chicago, or I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but I know it was a popular chicken fast food restaurant that this guy was showing where he went in because he delivered food or something. And when he turned on the light, rats ran everywhere. They were climbing up the walls. It was just horrible. So this is a story from Chicago. So listen to this.
Yeah, that's right, Anthony and Don. Rats are indeed aggressive this time of year, and they're making their way indoors. One woman tells us she spends more than $1,000 a month in rent for a 3-bedroom here in Austin, where she says the landlord just can't keep rats out of her unit. This woman's children screaming and terrified after a brazen rat has taken over their apartment.
We don't even go in the kitchen really no more. We've been ordering out food because we don't want to be in the kitchen.
The mother of 4 doesn't want her name used, but lives here in the 300 block of North Pine. She's captured multiple videos of rats invading her kitchen and living room. This video taken just 3 days ago, the family killing a rat themselves.
I'm packing up my stuff and I'm getting out of there. I can't live like that. That's not no living situation. Rats carry a lot of germs.
How are they getting that far? Are they climbing stairs? What are they doing?
Once again, it's pipelines. The pipelines, the radiator lines, things of that nature.
Keith Dickerson of Intense Pest Control says although steel wool was used to fill rat holes inside the unit, as seen right here, the creatures keep digging new holes. The focus should be closing exterior openings.
That means they got to go around the building, like this hole right here around the door. The majority of the times, a door like that would get entry for a rat.
Streets and Sanitation says rat complaints citywide have increased since the onset of the pandemic. Also, rodent abatement remains a top priority.
They are not like the standard rats. You would think they have gotten into something toxic.
Ashonda Harris is baited in.
Now, I hope you heard what she said about these mice are different, or these rats is like they're smarter. Well, here's an article saying that mice implanted with human brain cells are more intelligent. Now, this article is from something called Intelligent Living, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I think you get the gist of it just from the title. So I want to go back to what the woman was saying on the on the video.
Inside and outside her home, but once again, the rats keep coming in.
It started with a demolition project next door, and they started to, I guess, disturb the nest and where they had become comfortable.
And Truth in Saying also tells us they, in fact, actually baited that property at 300 North Pine last month after complaints from residents. But they remind me it is the responsibility of the property owner to figure out why those rats or how those rats continue to enter the building. Our calls to the landlord have gone unreturned based off of our findings. Streets and Saying tells us the Department of Buildings has scheduled an inspection of that property for tomorrow. We're live in Austin. Nate Rogers.
Now, as a mental health professional, I travel to a lot of people's homes, And not a lot, but a few of my clients were forced to move from their apartments, excuse me, and homes because of mice. I went to one member's home and I noticed that she had her refrigerator out in the backyard. So I asked what happened, and she said that mice got in it. Now I can't even imagine how could mice get in your refrigerator. But it got so bad that she had to put the refrigerator out and she had to move. So I have heard, or you probably have heard about the mouse infestations, like I said, in Australia, but it's not just there. It is already in America. They just aren't telling you about it. So what I have here is an article about keeping mice away. So I don't really know what the difference is too much between a mouse and a rat. I just think a rat is a bigger one. But in any case, you want to keep them far away because they spread diseases. And they're just disgusting. But the first thing that always comes up is peppermint oil. And this article, which I'm going to put on my website so you can see it, these are the different things you can use. Now, another thing, I want to make sure that I list, because from what I've seen, it might be one of the cheapest things you can do, and that is mothballs. So I really do want to have information that is useful for you. I myself tend to be more practical than anything else. So mothballs to me and bleach seem to be the best way to go. And you want to hurry up and do this before something happens. Like the woman in the video was saying that there was some demolition. Okay, she was saying that there was some demolition done and that she believes that's what happened. But also I do want you to consider the article I showed you where they have mixed human cells into mice. And like I said, I think if they can do it for mice, they can do it for rats. I don't really see what the difference is besides the size. And either way, you don't want either one in your homes. And the pictures from Australia tell you, let me show you that, why this is so important. Okay, this is just what comes up if you type in Rats in Australia 2021 into the search bar. This is just completely disgusting. Oh, yeah. So, you want to head them off before they come in. And this COVID thing, they closed up the restaurants and stuff. So the places that they used to go, they don't go anymore. And plus, like I said, I do believe that there has been some sort of genetic playing around with these things. Because when I was talking to my clients, a lot of them said the same thing. These mice are smart. You put those glue traps down. This woman told me that they eat around the glue traps. You know, they eat until they can get up off of them. Now, I couldn't figure in Australia, why don't you just get a bunch of cats? Okay, just so you don't think I made that up. This is rats in New York City. Now, you see, the latest one I see is, remember I was telling you about the rats in the park? Ugh, this is horrible. That was last year. And this is 6 months ago. New York rats are big as cats. So, oh, good grief, look there. Oh, man. Good grief. This was only this is snakes. This is something else. Okay, this is a rat's nest shop vac. Let's see what they're saying. The best way to get rid of rats quickly. Doesn't want to open up for some reason. Okay, this turns out to just be an advertisement for a particular company, but what I did want to show you is that this is the house that these people are going to get coming in to get the rodents out of. And I want you to see that this is not what you call some ghetto house where people aren't even trying to take care of things. This is a neat, clean house. So I just don't want you to think less of people who might be having this particular kind of problem, because I think that this is, I don't know if the cities are not putting out as much poison, and I've noticed that in my particular area there used to be a lot of cats, just stray cats wandering around, and now they're gone. You know, I think a lot of things happen when you are sleeping. But look at all the things that have to be done to keep these creatures out. And like I said, notice this is not a ghetto home. This is not a matter of people not keeping things clean. Right from what I can see, it looks clean. But stuff is happening. And like I keep trying to reiterate, people are telling you, the people who are experiencing this are telling you, these mice, these rats are smarter. And what did that article show you? Well, the article is showing you that some mad scientists somewhere have figured out how to implant human brain cells to make mice more intelligent. Now explain to me, why would you want to do that? What's the point of making a mouse more intelligent? I mean, it's bad enough they exist. I personally, I know sometimes my interpretation or the things that I think about can sound a little odd to people, but I truly don't think the Heavenly Father made these things. I don't think He made mice. Why are they here? Why are rats here? I think this is like the devil's joke on people. But in any case, in my effort to provide things that that you really do need, I'm not too much about the fluff, because the fluff is going to blow away. These are serious times, and you want to keep these creatures out of your homes. I remember seeing this movie. Let me see if I can pull that up. Now, this is a clip from the 2008 movie. Not a clip, this is the trailer. And I had a reputation for not getting scared in movies, because I would look at a movie and think that's not likely to happen. I could look at any kind of space invader movies and stuff and plus, like I said, my thing was always to listen to the music. If the music starts getting intense, cover your eyes, But this movie scared me. It scared me because it seemed like, that could happen, And what was the problem that caused everything to go into quarantine? Rats. They showed this guy, the black reporter who's following her around all the time. He's not the reporter, the cameraman. So since he's the reporter, you don't really get to see him very much. But in any case, it's a black cameraman who's filming all this. And they go into this woman's apartment, and a rat comes up to him. And I remember that scene because he squished the rat, but I think he was saying, wait a minute, this rat is just coming, he's not backing off. So, also, they just splashed the black reporter. But anyway, you might remember, it's only been like a couple of weeks, I think, where they were talking about this truck carrying some monkeys. Something happened to it, and this woman thought they were cats. She hit the car. I'm sorry, I'm getting the story so mixed up. But the woman was in a car. A truck had an accident in front of her, and the animals got out. So the woman, for whatever reason, after she hit the truck, she decides to go help them get the animals. Now, I couldn't, to me, that just didn't seem like normal behavior. If I hit your truck and you have animals coming out, I'm not getting out of my car. I'm not. I'll roll down the window enough to give you my insurance card. That's as far as it's going. But in any case, she pets one of them because she thinks it's a cat, which also is, I don't understand that kind of behavior. But in any case, she pets it, and while I guess they're searching for the other ones, so they found all of them but one. And later she comes up with symptoms. I think they said that she had rabies, or allegedly, or maybe they said that. Let me see if I can pull that story up too. Okay, this is what comes up, and this was in Pennsylvania. And you see I'm not an animal person. To me, that is an ugly little creature. But like I said, when I was a little girl, I adored my older sister, and she was like Ellie Mae Clampett. She loved animals. So I thought I loved animals too. But then I got older and I realized, no, I loved her. And I'm not too much of an animal person. I'm not going to hurt an animal, but am I going to get up out of my car and go help you round up some animals that escaped from your truck? Which I don't know. Why were they in your truck? I don't know what you're doing with these animals. I don't know what these animals have. But in any case, this woman goes and touches them, and after she touches them, she experiences symptoms after contact with escaped monkeys. What? I mean, sometimes you read something and it's like, what? Is this a comic book? No, they're telling you this really happened. And so then they said she got pink eye and truck transporting 100 monkeys. Yeah, like the old movie, 12 Monkeys. Remember that movie where Brad Pitt was crazy and people kept going back and forth? Bruce Willis kept going back and forth in time. Yeah, that was an interesting movie, you know. All these movies are telling you something. It's not an accident. Not much that happens in this world, or maybe not anything, is an accident, because it just isn't. When I was a little girl, for some reason, I used to think that the world was a book, and that when things were going wrong, I would pray to the Heavenly Father to please turn the page. So now it's, people are saying it's more like a computer program. Remember in the Matrix, I think the second Matrix? Because the further along they got with Matrix movies, to me, the less sense they made. But anyway, he was sitting on a bench with this replacement woman, Oracle woman. No, that was the original Oracle woman, or whatever she was. But anyway, they were talking about how there's a program for everything. There's a program for this and a program for that. And, you know, that actually sounds kind of logical to me. It sounds like astrology. But, you know, I'll get into that another time. I'm just warning you, or trying very, very hard to warn you, that you have to pay attention to these movies, to the weird things that they put in your newspapers. Well, they don't have newspapers anymore, in the social media, because they're telling you something without telling you. It's like narcissists. Like my ex-husband told me so many weird things, but he told me once that a friend of his on the job went and found this woman that he thought was really pretty, and what he was going to do, and what he was doing was he was dominating her. He was going to dominate her. She was going to be wrapped around his little finger. And I kind of think he was talking about me, because narcissists have a bad habit of doing stuff like that. They tell you things and they'll say, oh, this happened to my friend, or this happened to... No, they talking about you. But that's another story also. Because, you know, you could talk forever, 1,000,000 years, or say 1,000,000 words about narcissists. And, of course, it's already covered in the Bible. Now, I looked up if mice was one of the plagues of Egypt, and I didn't see a specific reference to mice or rats, but there were definitely some very uncomfortable times things happening. And I'm sorry, but I can't remember where I read it, but it was the Heavenly Father saying that he was going to put 50 more plagues out on in the end. So I am trying to do my part to warn people as much as possible. Now, usually, like I said, I'm directing stuff specifically to black women. I mean, well, not specifically, generally. It's like anybody can listen, but I'm specifically talking to this one person. But in this case, I'm talking to everybody. This is some nasty stuff. So, one of the things I think you can do is, like I showed you, the essential oils. And I am going to link to a place where you can buy essential oils. I'm also going to link where you can buy mothballs. Please buy them through me. That would really help. And I'm going to put them on my website because this is fundamental. This is more important than your hair and your beauty and stuff. And I don't know. I just wanted to warn you that it's a possibility that some horrible things will come up. Oh, it's not a possibility. That's a definite. It's just a matter of in what way are they going to come. And again, I kind of wondered when I was looking at Australia, why don't they just get a bunch of cats? So, I don't know. Probably an answer somewhere in there. And like I said, can you tell me, have cats disappeared in your neighborhood, or do you have a cat patrol? I know that they have dog patrols. I understand that, but where did all the cats go? Well, you guys, please comment, share, subscribe, and like I said, I'm going to provide links because I'm taking this extremely seriously. I think that this is a problem that could be coming to a city or state near you. Might already be there, and it's just not being reported on very much. So, you guys have a great rest of your day.